I'm Scotty Smith, and this is USL Quick Strike. We are a part of the Beautiful Game Network. Go to bgn.fm to discover soccer podcasts from across this great nation of ours. The following teams earned 3 points over the weekend with victories: Nashville, Salt Lake Reserves, Philly Reserves, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Tampa Bay, San Antonio, Portland Reserves, Galaxy Reserves, Orange County, Sacramento Republic, and Charleston Battery. The following teams earned 1 point via the draw: North Carolina, Memphis, RGV, New Mexico United, Phoenix, and Fresno. Last week, I misquoted YouTube user Hardhat. Let me make it right. Hardhat predicted Phoenix would go 0-34-0. I said 0-64-0. I have no idea why. But he predicted straight draws across the board for Phoenix Rising. And sure enough, this weekend, they earned their 4th consecutive draw. They are now all draws for a total of 4 points. 4 down, 30 to go. Our top dog of the week is Orange County SC. Now, it may seem odd to put last year's number 1 seed in that category, but remember, we switched it. We're now doing 2019 tables, and OCSC had 2 points coming into the weekend. They beat a strong Colorado Springs side who had been in the top 5 before that 2-0 loss. OCSC outshot Colorado Springs 13-8, and they got 2 of those to actually go into the back of the net via Darwin Jones. Darwin Jones with a brace. OCSC is our top dog of the week. It's your turn to vote for the USL Player of the Month. I'll go with the guy who bagged the goal of the month, Santi Moar of New Mexico United. Go to uslchampionship.com to vote now. That would be your March Player of the Month. This week's goal of the week might just be in League One. Marco Micheletto of South Georgia Tormenta scored one that looked a lot like the Billy Forbes goal I liked in Week 1. I voted for Billy Forbes that week. I like Micheletto this week. But since they separate them on the website, you can go vote for your favorite championship goal as well. And I am going with Zico Lewis from Charleston Battery. Now, this goal might look like a simple goal, and you might say, well, I don't know that, there are a lot of people who can pull off a goal like that. But what I love about it is it comes off a throw-in. Zico Lewis turns, he pulls the ball back into space, has a lane to shoot, and he puts the ball so far. It wasn't exactly upper 90, but he puts it so far on the post with a nice curling shot that there was no way the keeper could get there. I really like Zico Lewis, and I like that goal for Charleston Battery. That's going to be my vote for goal of the week. Speaking of Marco Micheletto and South Georgia Tormenta, they are atop League One after 2 weeks, followed by Toronto Reserves, Dallas Reserves, and FC Tucson. St. Louis FC remains at the top of the East in the championship. This is a really big deal for the St. Louligans, and hats off to all of those long-suffering fans over there who watched their team not make the playoffs for the first few years, made the playoffs for the first time last year, but only as the 8th and final seed, and now they are enjoying their team being the top dog in all of the Eastern Conference, and that has been consistent through 5 matches. So they are 4 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses. That has to be a good feeling for the St. Louligans. They're on 13 points, St. Louis, and they're followed by Tampa with 11, North Carolina with 8, Charleston Battery with 8. Nashville is next with 7, New York with 7, Bethlehem Steel with 7, Indy and Louisville with 6, And in the 10th spot, Pittsburgh Riverhounds on 5 points. Memphis also has 5 points, but based on goal differential or games won or whatever, I don't know, they are actually in the 11th spot, followed by Atlanta United 2. Now, those two teams, the 11th and 12th place teams, play each other on Wednesday night in Memphis. So, for Atlanta United, they are going to have a chance to join that group of 3 teams on 7 points. That would be a tie for the 5th spot, I guess you would say. And then Memphis has a chance on 5 points right now to actually jump up into a tie with North Carolina and Charleston Battery. Those would be the 3, 4, and 5 spots in the table if they were to secure a win. A draw leaves things pretty close to the way they are now. So, if you're a Memphis fan, you really, really have to be looking for a big night and a big 3 points on Wednesday night. We're going to need everybody. I know. It's the Grizzlies' last home game, and they play everybody's favorite bandwagon team, the Golden State Warriors. But the Grizzlies are still going to be there just fine next year. You know, they're not making the playoffs this year. We really need everybody to come out and support Memphis 901 FC. That game will be on ESPN News, and that's the first of the USL matches that ESPN is covering on their television networks, non-streaming, but actual television this year. In the West, the Tulsa Roughnecks remain at the top, but they have company. In fact, 4 teams are currently sitting on 10 points. Tulsa Roughnecks, Portland Reserves, Sacramento Republic, and New Mexico United. They are all the top teams. 4 of those have a positive goal differential. 3 of those have a positive goal differential of 4. So that's really good. LA Galaxy is in the 5th slot. Los Dos is in the 5th slot. Salt Lake Reserves in 6. Colorado Switchbacks drops to 7. OKC Energy in 8th spot. Sounders Reserves in the 9th spot. And Fresno FC rounds out the top 10. Listen up, beautiful people. I want to take just a minute to tell you about our new hosting site, Anchor. Anchor is your one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. So go to anchor.fm/start and become part of the Anchor community today. And now, back to the show. I'm not going to have a soapbox this week after 2 weeks of soapboxing about MLS players dropping down into USL. But even though I'm not going to have a soapbox, I will tell you what I would soapbox about if I were to have a soapbox. When I am watching highlights of a USL match, I forget which away team I am watching. And that is because everybody has an all-white strip from head to toe. I know Loudoun doesn't, and a few other teams don't. New Mexico has yellow shorts. That's at least good. Las Vegas Lights have light blue shorts. That's really good, too. But, guys, we got to do better across this league. We need some creative away kits. We really, really need some creative away kits. Give me some neon orange. Give me some purple and black stripes. Give me some sort of aquamarine with bright neon orange shorts. Give me something, man. It works for the rest of the world. But here in America, we tend to trend towards the plain Jane white kit. Let's do better. Let's get you 3 matches to watch this weekend. The first one is going to be Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting Louisville City FC, 6:30 Central Time, Owl Lang Stadium in St. Pete. Tampa is trying to keep pace with St. Louis, and so that will be a good one to watch. St. Louis, by the way, plays Birmingham at 7:30. Nashville and Memphis. This is going to be a bigger match on Twitter probably than it is on the field. There's going to be a lot of hype for this. There's going to be a lot of hype for this. That'll be 7 o'clock on Saturday night in Nashville. Nashville seems to be hitting their stride. They got a 3-0 win over Ottawa. We will see if they can be, after a slow start, if they can be the team that everybody thought they were going to be. And we'll find that out this weekend, 7 o'clock in Nashville. By that time, Memphis could be in that group of teams vying for the top 3. El Paso Locomotive and Phoenix Rising play at 8:30. Last weekend, I mentioned that I really like the El Paso Stadium. So now you have a chance to check that out after I talked about it. It's at 8:30, and it'll be at Southwest University Park. I know it's a baseball stadium, but something about it looks cool for soccer with those high-rise things that they got in the outfield. Also, Phoenix Rising has a chance here to get up. They're playing an expansion squad. I know expansion squad that has done some good things lately, but Phoenix has the opportunity here to see if they can get off of that string of draws that they have put together and produce a win. If they can get that full 3 points, then maybe that can kind of jumpstart them a little bit. A lot of people had Phoenix as the number 1 team in the West going into the 2019 season. So we will see. That's going to do it for us this week. We're glad to be part of the Beautiful Game Network. We want to remind everybody to go out and support local soccer. All right? Wherever you may be in this great nation of ours. That's going to wrap it up. I'm Scotty Smith for USL Quick Strike. Enjoy your soccer, everybody.